700 horsepower, can go over kilometers an hour. Its optics, evil Batmobile. Its sound, brutal, loud as from a tube. The starting torque initially disappears in the soft converter, and the Exelero makes noise and noticeably goes to the knees at the back. Then it pushes gently, but more noisily, like a jet at the start. The subsequent sustained thrust of 1,020 Newton meters then has something inexorable. It's showtime. Another 5 seconds at full gas and the world seems to burst at the seams. With an evil V12 roar, the low-flying snout of the Exelero mills over the tarmac. The side pipes shout, "Hallelujah!" The driving values are absolutely irrelevant for the owners of the Maybach Exelero. Yeah, I actually prefer it from the outside. I just sit in front of it and look at it. This is actually the principle of collecting, because it's not about the handling characteristics or something like that. That's what it has in addition. But for me, a car is simply a beautiful form. And beauty is known to be different for everyone. And for me, this car is simply a beautiful, unusual car. And pity that it was never built in series, or that more of them were built. On May 1, 2005, the Exelero was able to prove what it could truly do in terms of performance. The record fell shortly after sunrise on the high-speed course at Nardo in Italy. The shadows cast by the technicians and engineers are still very long, as the thing comes out of the steep curve like an approaching thunderstorm. It feels like a small earthquake and looks like a giant cannonball. Then, 2.6 tons with a top speed of 351.45 kilometers an hour fly through the light barrier. The Maybach manufacturer and 2 professors and 4 students from the Fachhochschule in Pforzheim in Germany, from the Special Transport and Style Facility, have developed a unique model. 9 months later, a number of promising design proposals are complete to realize the design of the student Friedrich Burkhardt. He has succeeded in developing the most elegant symbiosis of design of the last and current drive generations. In 1938, a Maybach high-speed vehicle was already built, the SW38. The test car disappeared during the war years and is still missing today. The Exelero was built by the prototype specialists at Stola in Turin. Based on the Maybach 57S, the Exelero was rebuilt step by step by hand. And after the world speed record, a second Exelero was built. Between the concept idea and the delivery of the Maybach Sports Coupe, only 25 months passed. The Maybach Sports Coupe owes its name to the tire manufacturer Fulda. At the IAA 2003 in Frankfurt, representatives of the tire manufacturer and Daimler Chrysler put their heads together. Fulda developed high-performance tires in 23-inch format, and thus Maybach returned to the big high-speed car stage. The car would be named after the tires, Exelero. This car is absolutely politically incorrect. Current estimated value, 8.5 million euros. It occupies a traffic area in terraced house format, and it only offers space for 2 occupants. 4 design students designed a bold, rude, in details even bizarre appearance. 5.89 meters long, 2.14 meters wide, and 1.39 meters high. A car like out of a movie. The big coupe looks wild and at the same time subtle. It stands on Fulda 315/25ZR23 tires. A combination that drives the cold sweat on the forehead of every 2UV auditor in Germany. Although the tires are, of course, licensed, as is the whole car. At 2.6 tons, the Exelero weighs as much as a van, and the trunk doesn't even open. It shouldn't, otherwise the vehicle electronics hidden underneath would fly away. After several optimizations, the engine displacement of the Maybach Type 12 was increased from 5.6 to 5.9 liters, and the turbocharger was optimized. The result is 700 horsepower and at least 1,020 Newton-meters of torque. The Mercedes engineers then found that sufficient. The main materials used in the interior are natural leather, neoprene, aluminum-coated perforated metal, and glossy carbon fiber in black and red. The instruments and controls are from the series Maybach. The Exelero is one of a kind, but in theory, this doesn't have to stay like that. Yeah, I have a lot in my head and could also imagine a lot, and I think it would be an honor if we could do something like that. However, of course, only with the manufacturer, because this is a Maybach and we are not Maybach. Maybach would have to clearly give their okay, and otherwise a duplication of this vehicle would not be possible. Which means I can quite imagine a new small series of 25 units. I think even that the car would be sold worldwide relatively quickly because there are enough collectors worldwide, and that would certainly buy the cars. Well, with the stop of production of the Maybach from Mercedes, this has ended this idea anyway. Last but not least, 3 superlatives of the Maybach Exelero. First, it is the most photographed car of all. It has more flight than road kilometers, namely about 1 million. And thirdly, a quiet, sobering realization, the Exelero is unsellable and will remain so. There's always one that is faster, and we now show one of the fastest.